My mother-in-law treats me like a live-in maid because she thinks I'm broke. She has no idea I'm actually her landlord. And tonight, I'm serving her a 3-course meal with a side of eviction papers. Bestie, sit down, because the audacity of this woman is finally meeting its match. So, here's the deal. My mother-in-law, Sandra, is the human embodiment of a boy mom with a superiority complex. She lives in this gorgeous 4-bedroom colonial in the suburbs. For the last 3 years, she's let me and my husband Mark live here rent-free to help us get on our feet. Except, it's not free. I pay for it every day with my soul. Sandra thinks I'm a struggling freelance illustrator with zero savings. She constantly mocks my thrifted clothes and makes me scrub her baseboards because, since I'm not contributing financially, I should contribute with elbow grease. She's called me a charity case in front of her bridge club. She's even suggested Mark should have married his ex-girlfriend Sarah, who is a corporate lawyer and actually has a career. What Sandra doesn't know is that 5 years ago, I sold a digital art startup for a mid-7-figure sum. I kept it quiet because I wanted to see who Mark really was before we got married. I bought this house through an LLC called Blue Marble Properties as an investment. When Sandra was about to lose her home to foreclosure after her divorce, my LLC bought it, and I let her stay here, indirectly, to keep her from being homeless. I was happy to stay invisible. Until last night. I was in the kitchen prepping dinner when I heard Sandra in the living room with Mark. She told him, "Mark, honey, I've invited Sarah over for Christmas dinner. It's time you trade in that starving artist for someone who can actually buy you a Rolex. I'm giving the maid 30 days to pack her bags. My house, my rules." Mark actually stood up for me, but Sandra just laughed and said, "She's got no money and no name. She'll go wherever I tell her to." I didn't walk in and scream. I just went back to my laptop and sent a very specific email to my property manager. Tonight was the big dinner. Sandra had Sarah there, dressed in a power suit, looking at me like I was the help. Sandra was basking in her homeowner glory, talking about how she might remodel the kitchen next month. I waited until the main course was served. I stood up and said, "Sandra, you're right. It is time for someone to pack their bags. But it's not me." I pulled a legal envelope out of my bag and slid it across the table. Sandra sneered. "What's this? A bill for your art supplies?" "No," I said, leaning back. "It's a notice of lease termination from Blue Marble Properties. You see, Sarah over there probably knows that an LLC owns this house. What she doesn't know, and what you clearly haven't realized, is that I am Blue Marble Properties. I bought this house to save you from the streets, but I'm not interested in being a landlord to someone who treats me like dirt." The silence was so loud, you could hear Sarah's ego shriveling. Sandra's face went from pale to purple. She started stammering, You're lying! You're just a pathetic artist!" I pulled up my bank app and showed her the property tax receipts. "I'm an artist who owns the roof over your head, Sandra. You have 30 days to find a new museum to live in. And Mark, if you're staying for dessert with Sarah, you can pack your bags too." Mark didn't hesitate. He grabbed my hand and looked at his mom with total disgust. Sarah literally grabbed her purse and ran out the door. So tell me, was it cruel to evict her during the holidays? Or did she just get the move-out notice her attitude earned her?